from the DAV Auxiliary in Louisiana, and I'm interviewing the national commander over the DAV. Tell me, what is your name?
Daniel Contreras.
Thank you. What branch of the military did you serve, and for how many years did you serve?
I served in the United States Army for 16 years.
Yes, sir. Thank you. What did you do in the military?
So initially, when I joined the military, I was a 91 Bravo, which was a combat medic. And
Oh,
then I further went on to go into more of a medical background and became a 91 Charlie, which is a nurse.
oh, that's pretty cool. Can you tell me about your journey with the DAV? How did you become involved, and what motivated you to join?
So after I went ahead and left the military, it was in October of it was 1999. I was contacted by a friend who I had from the military, and he was a national service officer with DAV.
Yes, sir.
And so, in talking with him, he asked me if I had received benefits because he knows that I got out of the military because of some disabilities. And so, in discovering that there was an opportunity for me to look into the benefits, he also wanted to propose that I think about having a career with DAV as a national service officer.
Yes, sir. What specific services or support have you received from the DAV that has had the most significant impact on your life as a disabled veteran?
Well, I'm going to return back to the story I just was started on. And what my friend said to me was that he thinks that I would make a good national service officer because of my medical background. And he remembers how we would help individuals in the military, and he knew that I liked that. And so the job I was doing wasn't really making me happy. And so he said that becoming a national service officer would be something that I could be able to give back to helping veterans navigate difficult claims processes and advise them on benefits that they have earned. And so I asked him, how much does it pay? And he said to me, he said, Dan, some things can't be about pay. Well, that was 25 years ago, and it was the best move that I made becoming a national service officer because I eventually was assigned to Los Angeles, and now I run California operations for the DAV, and I've been doing that for over 16 years. So not only did DAV help me, but I've been able to help a lot of veterans, but also train national service officers and service officers on different, as far as related benefits, entitlements, their family members as well.
Yes, sir. How has DAV helped you navigate the process of assessing benefits and resources that you're entitled to as a disabled veteran?
So as I said, going through that process and helping myself not only gave me the benefits that I had earned, but it also gave me an opportunity to work as a national service officer through a vocational rehabilitation program. But through that process, I've been also able to help a lot of veterans because I'll give you an example. California has 1.5 million veterans, and less than 35% of those veterans in California are receiving benefits. So outreach is such an important part of what we do in DAV, and making sure that veterans understand that DAV is there to help them. We are well trained, and we can help veterans navigate those processes. And here at this conference, we have a lot of chapter service officers, department service officers who are going through their recertification or certification process, and that's to help other veterans just like I was helped and I've helped others.
Yes, sir. How has your involvement with the DAV influenced your sense of community and connection with other veterans?
That is an excellent question because there's so many different ways that veterans help integrate into a community. And it's by using their time, talent, and treasure that veterans want to be involved, be involved in chapters in the department and community events. Like we just recently had Veterans Day. And we call that the Super Bowl of the veteran outreach aspects of. And so the community embraces what we do as veterans, but we also recognize the sacrifices because it's a sacrifice that many have gone to the extent of losing their lives for the liberty and freedoms that we all share. And so I think that being in a community like that and having a purpose, I would encourage anybody to, looking at any career field, that you look at it from a standpoint of giving back, as giving it forward.
Yes, sir, thank you. What advice would you give to other disabled veterans who may be considering reaching out to the DAV for support?
I think it's important because understanding that there is a way that you can receive benefits, education benefits, housing benefits, presumptive benefits, and what that means is that let's look at the recent conflict with Iraq and Afghanistan, and DAV is doing a lot of work to make sure that through legislative initiatives like the PACT Act, like our recent work that we're doing, it's called Ending the Wait, making sure that the toxic exposures and those things that are there for veterans, but also for Vietnam veterans too, because the PACT Act was significant in that. It's never too late to file a claim. When I was in LA, I filed a claim for a World War I veteran. And so this was, of course, a while back, but it's never too late to file a claim. And veterans earn those benefits. And so talking to a DAV service officer doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost anybody anything. One of the things we want to make sure is that DAV's services are free. But we also do things too. We have our auxiliary, and they're a great way for family dynamics to be involved. And so even the families can get involved, like yourself, back into that. And we also have newest initiatives for our caregivers. And caregivers are an important part. And so DAV has extended it even more so to where it's not only a loved one helping a veteran, but it's also veterans who are helping loved ones. And everything can be obtained on dav.org and caregiversupport.org.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Contreras, for letting me interview you.
Well, thank you very much. You did a great job. Appreciate it.